Hello and welcome back to KWC Lego. Today it is me, Wyatt Does Lego, with CL Bricks, and today, he's just going to be manning the camera for this episode until the very end when we get to destroy this, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. Anyway, here is my mock of a big tank. It's kind of sci-fi, and so yeah, we're gonna destroy it at the end because I've had it put together since either last year or the year before. I can't really remember. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so up front we have a cockpit that opens up, and then here is just like the dude's gun, and then he slips in pretty easily, but he has to be sitting like this or else he won't really fit. So we'll just have him, sitting kind of normally. Yeah, he doesn't really fit. And it kind of ends up breaking the cockpit a little bit, so that's not good. So yeah, just have to have him sit like that. And then like this. So it has this RAM thing up front because, so I had that on a car and then I pushed it at one of my larger ships that I made and it punched a giant hole in the side of it. So that was pretty fun to do. Anyway, up here are some, just kind of sideways guns that can point sideways or like that. On either side is 4 spring-loaded shooters, and those you just fire off by pressing the tails, so just like that, but on either side. Up here are some rotating heavy cannons. Those can spin almost all the way around, but there's a little gun right here that I'll show you later, and then you just pull back on those to fire. Alright, so farther up we have a cockpit, another one that opens up, and then there's just a normal gun without an extension on it that just sits right there, and then the person loads in normally. On either side we have these elevating turrets, and they can also fire behind. This knob I'll show you later. Up here we have another turret that spins. It's a rapid fire turret, and then to fire it you just turn it, and then since it's connected to 2 Technic lift arms, it can just, you don't have to elevate it or anything to get it back in. You just kind of push it down. So here is some more armor plating down here that can serve as a dual purpose, actually, and I'll show you that later also. But it's identical on the other side. Then there's another Technic heavy cannon on that side, and again you just pull back on this part to fire it. Up top there is a elevating heavy cannon, and then you can kind of pull it back by pulling on the trigger, and then you just, once it reaches, just fires off in a big arc so that it can really get some distance. This panel right here can lift up, and then you turn this knob on the side, and that actually raises this little thing right here, which is also a jet, like a little scout fighter. The dude's gun just clips on right there, and then this spins around and elevates, and then you can have the wings at different angles, or you can just have them like that. And that just slips in easily, and that closes, and that closes. So anyway, this tank is also cool because it splits into 4 different vehicles, just like the Ultimate Batmobile. So this comes off as a jet. You can kind of fly around like that. It has a crane. That's what this knob is. So you can see that lowering, and then the 2x4 is on there so that it doesn't get stuck up in the little opening there. So we'll just go ahead and reel that back in, just like that. Over here, that's actually an escape pod feature for the jet. So you just push that forward, and the front just kind of falls off. But here it is, And then here's just another, oh, sorry. And then here's just another view of that rod going in and out. Anyway, we'll go and put that aside, and then we'll move on to the bottom. So the jet can come off, but also there are 3 sections here that split apart. So we'll go and take the front part off. The front part is obviously the most armored because it can fit the most guns on it. And in the back, this ramp folds down, and you can pull out a little weapons designer area, and if I can get it, a missile launcher. So what you're going to do with this, you're going to take your flick missile, and then you can pull off different stuff to put on it, like that for example. Then once you're ready, load it in, and then you just press the button in the back to fire it. And this just came off for some reason. Anyway, we'll go and pack that back up. And also you can have a short design stay on here, like for example the ruby, or probably one of these. So we'll go and stick this stuff back in. So there's that. Out of these 2 sections, you get this, which is a lab. So first we'll go ahead and open up the top. So from the top, you can pull out a little crate that looks just like this. This is the handle that I used. Just opens up like that and then folds down when it's in transport. This part opens up, and then you can pull out a little, just like a little science experiment or something. It has some controls over here, and that's what faces the whoever's in there while you're driving or in transport. And then it has this also, which is just a big view screen. Then in the back, it doesn't have anything. Okay, so this opens up also, and inside you get a little spinny chair, and then some controls over here, and then some buttons right here. And this is how it looks like when the crate is inside of it. Here's a side view. And then also you can have this just kind of open and close, and that's why there is a Technic pin right there. So just like that. So now for this section, you get 2 pop-out rapid fire shooters, and then those again, just you turn them to fire them. And then same on the other side. To get into the cockpit, you pull on this pin, and then that gives you access to this section, and then you can put him back when he's ready to drive it, and then just push him back in. In the back, that folds down, and there is a little ramp with a little walker inside. So you can stick, for example, this robot in. You can either have him sitting like that or standing. Doesn't really make a difference. And then if you really want to, you can stick his gun right there, and then that can kind of elevate. These legs are pretty posable, but you can't get them to go past this point right here. But you can kind of make it look like it's walking. Maybe. Kind of. So yeah. Alright, so, now it's time for the fun. And here comes CL Bricks to help me. So I've taken everything out that I want to save, including the Scout jet launcher system. And yeah, we unloaded all the guns as well. And here are spring-loaded. So, yeah, I'll be destroying the jet and the front, and CL is going to destroy these 2 sections back here. So, go ahead and get this stuff to the side. Well, that one's already coming apart.
I don't even need a hammer.
Yeah.
Here, I got it.
Alright. Yeah, okay. Alright, so, ready? So, yeah, there goes that one. Even more.
Do this first.
Here's the base. Here's the the escape pod launcher. Yeah. And then here is the escape pod, pretty much destroyed. Yeah, now for this side. Ooh, that was a good one. Oh. That one hit the heater. Can I get a rip? Okay.
Wow.
Whoa. Alright,
Here we are.
no.
Okay.
Whoa, that did work. I'm really surprised.
You're literally just that. Okay,
Alright.
my turn.
Eat.
Okay, ready? No. Oh. Alright. You're gonna break your piece.
No.
Okay. Oh.
Nice.
Alright, so this should be my first time ever destroying a creation of mine, because I usually just take it apart piece by piece so I don't lose any or break any.
Usually when I do, I just like throw it at the ground or do something like this.
Okay. Here, can you move?
Yeah. Oh, that was a good one. Jeez.
Alright, I wonder if I can get it from the side.
Yep. Alright, now make sure not to like bend any of the axles.
Yeah, that's most
Here,
of it went
did
over
you miss
there.
the part? Yeah, here, I'll start.
Okay.
Okay, really quick. So here is the system used to elevate and lower the gun on top, or was used. Just, it's a pretty simple system, but doesn't elevate really.
Alright. Ready? You might want to block that area. But anyways.
Okay.
That's fun.
Where'd everything go?
It went over there. Okay.
Okay, I found my favorite dodecagon.
Nice.
Alright, so, what we have left? Well, so we've got a couple frames, or like, wheel mounts. Here's some bricks that are put together. Yeah,
Oh, I found some of the stud shooters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, jeez.
Here, we should have probably put everything on this.
Probably.
Yeah.
Ready?
Where's the container?
What container?
Oh, it's already up there. Alright. Is that everything? I think that's everything.
Alright. So, that will conclude this video. So, I hope you enjoyed the little fun that we had at the end there. And
Yep, leave a like if you liked it. Subscribe, please. It helps.
Yep. And we'll see you in the next one. So,
Yep.
bye.